Hi everyone, it's Michael from Songs Inc. Today I'm going to show you the process of creating a scratch melody in an instrumental track from the Songs Inc. website. Using that scratch melody, you're going to be able to create a lyric, do a scratch vocal with that lyric, and then a final vocal to complete your song. Also going to be using a new program called Traverso, and the nice thing about this program is it's free. So the first thing I want to do is show you where to get it. So you go to their website, which is traverso-daw.org. That's right up there. And when you get to their site, it gives you all the information about the program, but you want to go to download. And I'm on a Mac, so I go to Mac OS X. They also have Windows. So you go to Mac OS X, for example, and I'm on an Intel Mac, so it's this bottom one here. And you just download it, click on it, and it'll download. Now I've already downloaded it, and when you download it, it shows up here as like a DMG file. And when you open it, if it doesn't open on its own, it'll open like this. And all you need to do, very simple, is you're going to drag, this is the Traverso programs, the application. You're going to drag that, you open up your Mac hard drive, you go to the applications folder, just like that, and you just drag this file, Traverso, into the application folder and let go. And when you do, I already did it, it shows up right here, Traverso. And you can double click that and it'll open up the program, or I put it in my dock below here on the Mac. You have a little dock down there, so you just, to do that, you just drag Traverso down to the dock, see it open up, you let go, and it'll put it in there as I already did. See it right there. So we're going to open it from there. So double click Traverso and it should open something like that. This is pretty much stock from the program itself. It already sets up these 4 tracks like that. The history, you can delete that if that's open on yours. You're not going to need that right now. The VU meters are where you're going to see your signal from your instrumental track and your vocals that you're going to do. And you can actually drag it to the end here and you see it open up. It'll let go, it'll make it really big, and keep that off to the side out of the way. So a couple things you need to set up, that being one of them. You have to make sure you have a microphone plugged into your computer, whether it's a built-in microphone or a microphone into your USB port or your FireWire port. And then you want to go up here to Preferences, under Traverso, Preferences, and you have to set a few things. You want to go to Sound System, and under Driver, you want to set it to Port Audio. And then under, down the bottom here where it says Port Audio Drivers, on a Mac you want to set it to Core Audio if you're on an Intel Mac. On a PC it may say something different. You have to change that to make sure the microphone's going to work. But that's 2 things you have to set. The other things you can pretty much leave as they are. The sample rate is good where it is. And then just hit OK. The audio options, that should be set to WAV file, which is what you're going to be recording as. That should be set there. Just hit OK. Now, these are your 4 tracks that we're going to use to record the vocals and to put the instrumental track that we got from Songs Inc. website. Now, to show you some of these features, the first thing I want to do is import the audio of the instrumental track, so that way I can have that as reference to show you these features of the controls. So I already went to the Songs Inc. website, found a track I loved, downloaded it, and saved it on my desktop. So the first thing I got to do is go get it. So you go up here to Edit, Import Audio, and you go find it on your desktop. I have it, I actually put it in this folder here, Traverso project folder, and here it is here, Songs Inc. track. And you just open. Now it says import to track unnamed, 0 unnamed. That refers to these 4 tracks here. You can switch it to any track you want to put it on. For some reason they have 0 correlating to 1, but that's what we want. It'll put it on number 1, so you hit OK. And you can move it around once you get it in there anywhere you want. So there it is on track 1. If you hit this play button, you hear the audio from the instrumental track. Now, a couple features to show you. This up here is your timeline. It's in seconds, minutes and seconds. And if you made the VU meters over here large, you'll see a minutes and seconds over here as well. Now, that'll come in handy for a lot of things. Down here, you have the play and the stop button, does the same thing. This button here is the record button, which we'll use for recording the vocals. Now, this button to the far left is a skip to start. This red line here represents the play line. As the audio is playing, you'll see that red line move. Okay, so this button on the far left will send that playhead all the way back to the beginning, as you saw there. The one on the far right will send it to the end of the audio track, as you see there. It's at the end of the piece of audio there. Now, these here, they're called previous snap position and next snap position. What that means is, as this is playing, if you take your cursor and put it anywhere over the piece of audio and you click, you'll see what they call a work line. You can see I can move it around anywhere. Now, what they do is, let me get it playing a little bit. The red line is your play line. This is a work line. Since that's in front of the play line, if I hit the snap to next position, that play line will jump all the way up to the work line, as you can see there. And if I put the work line behind it then, and I hit the previous snap position and I click it, the play line will go backwards. Now, it also works while you're actually playing. I'll play a little bit here and I'll move the work line around and snap it to it, and you'll see it jumping throughout the song. Okay, so hit play, move my work line, hit snap, it jumps forward. Try it again, snap, forward. Now if I hit previous, I can make it go backwards. So that's going to be real handy in recording some vocals. Now, the next thing I like to do is I like to map out my song. I listen down and I decide where I think the verses will be, the choruses will be, if there's a bridge, the solos, and I actually write down in seconds, okay, like I know my first verse is going to be about 6 seconds in this song, and the first chorus is about 25 seconds in. And the reason I do that is, in this program, I go to those spots, and you can take, if you hold down that work line with your mouse, you can drag it. You can see the seconds come up there. So I go to about 6 seconds there, and I snap to it, basically. And I know right about here is where I'm going to start my verse. And I like to put in what they call markers. A marker is, that work line's moving around, but the markers will stay in all those places. So I'll put a marker in my first verse, my first chorus, my second verse, everywhere in the song I want one. And then I can just use these snap buttons to jump to all those markers while I'm recording vocals. It'll make it really quick and easy. And the way you add a marker is, the playhead's there. You just hit M on your keyboard. Well, it adds a marker, and you can drag it to that spot. I go to find my second spot is about 25 seconds. I'll just hit an M, make another marker. And you can see as I'm moving the marker, the seconds are up top. And I move that to about where it says 25 seconds roughly. And let's check that one out. Yeah, good. So that's about when my chorus will start. You want to put these markers a few seconds, 5 seconds before where you're going to actually start singing, where you think you'll sing, because you need some time to hit the buttons and get ready to start your vocal when you're ready. Now, I think at 43, let's put another marker in. I'm going to go ahead and put some of these down in real quick. That's another one. Anyway, you want to do that throughout the whole song. My verse is 58 seconds. That's good there. And once you do that, you're going to be ready to have it mapped out to then start doing the next part, which is the creating a scratch melody. I'm going to stop part one here. I'm going to finish putting in my markers for the rest of the song at all my verses and choruses. And then I'll start part 2 on how to record the melody vocal on this track. If you have any questions, please email me here and look out for part 2. Thanks for watching.